Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, and welcome back to Analyze Your Game, which is our awesome Battlefield coaching series. In today's video, we have a game of Conquest on Sinai Desert provided to us by TheMaimer. I know it's been quite a while since we've had an episode of Battlefield coaching on the channel. There has been so many things that have been happening over the past month. Mainly work, also a lot of Battlefield 5 stuff, so my apologies for the lack of Analyze Your Game. I do still have footage in the bank from people that have sent me some, and yes, I will get to your footage if you have sent me some in the past and still haven't seen it up on the channel. So before we start the video, if you want to send in your footage for one of the upcoming episodes, the information will be on screen right now. And without further ado, let's get stuck right into this. So we're just gonna fast forward a little bit, skip the loading, see what he plays. So before we get really into this, into the deep of the Battlefield coaching, if you hear some weird sounds, there is construction happening outside my apartment right now, as I'm in a brand new apartment since the month of May. So there might be some drilling or stuff, or hammering or stuff like that. So if there are some weird noises, that might be why. I can't do much about it, unfortunately. I'm just gonna record this at a higher. There we go, 1080p 60 FPS. That is wonderful for recording Battlefield 1 coaching. So the video is quite long. Probably gonna cut out a couple of parts here and there, some that are maybe a little bit less action-packed. For the simple reason that the video will be insanely long if we keep the entire game, because just the game is 27 minutes and 28 seconds. So yeah, and I mean, there can be a lot of a little bit more boring bits in Sinai Conquest, seeing as there's large areas that you have to cover to get some flags. So you spawned as a support. I didn't unfortunately pay attention to what weapon you used. And you also told me that it was the first game of the day and you thought it would be interesting to have it featured on the channel so I can see how you play. Oh, so I see that you have the repair tool, the repair tool, the bar, the P08, and the ammo pouch. That's great. So starting right off with the God-forsaken sandstorm, which doesn't seem to subside quick enough for my personal taste. I don't mind dynamic weather effects, but a sandstorm that lasts like 15 minutes in Battlefield is pretty goddamn annoying. So right now, okay, so your squad leader is actually the one spearheading the tank. Right here, I would ask for an order and try to get the squad leader from him. Maybe give a general direction to your team. But then again, more often than not, people don't really play as squads in Battlefield. Ooh. To your left, yeah, you saw there's a whole bunch of people over there. Classic bar telescopic. It's like a laser beam with a bipod. So considering the terrible view that you have, the terrible draw distance that is, you seem to be spotting targets pretty easily and obviously know how to play this game. I can't stand the sandstorm, to be honest.
We have lost objective Duff.
But yeah, if you're playing in a squad and the squad leader doesn't give orders, don't be afraid to ask for orders. He just issued one. Just to remind him, you can get some more points by participating in the squad orders, get some bonuses, and, you know, just generally get higher up in the scoreboard if that's something that you're chasing.
We have lost objective front.
Okay, so you guys took Charlie. They have a majority of the flag right now, but, I mean, it is the beginning of the game. Generally speaking, you always want to get your gimme flags first. Golf being the one that you don't really need to pay attention to on Sinai, for the simple fact that it is far as shit. But yeah, these are the ones that you want to get first, and then kind of like fight over Delta and Charlie on Sinai, and if they end up going for your back flags, then you can go and get them back and try and back cap or get your gimme flags. And then if you're at a standstill and they're not capping these flags at all, then maybe push over to like Bravo and maybe Alpha, but they spawn quite close to Alpha, so unless you're really in a pickle and they have like all these flags capped, then you can go to like Alpha and try and take some of the pressure off of your gimme flags to give your team a hand. You really do have the notion of chucking ammo everywhere, and I congratulate you for that. A lot of times the supports just don't drop ammo. What he's doing right now, just chucking ammo whenever it's available for his teammates. Everybody who has supplies that they can drop, just do it. Just do it all the time. It doesn't cost you anything except like a few not even a few seconds, like what, half a second? About half a second? That's all it costs you to drop health and meds, sorry, health and ammo. Just do it. Drop that shit as if you were a emerging artist dropping fucking mixtapes. That was a bad comparison, but I'll stick with it. Oh, that's so unfortunate that he turned around. You had that. Don't you just love elite classes? Don't they just warm your heart when you get murdered by them in one shot? Ooh, get away! No, 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 behind you! 1 health. If you fart too loud, you're gonna die. Jesus. Reload your weapon. Nobody's around you. Reload your weapon. Those 4 shots could save you. You lucky bastard. No disrespect, of course. Nice shot. So obviously your reflexes are on point. You can tell that you've been playing first-person shooters for a while. Your eyes are used to noticing the differences in colors and movement, even when not aiming down sight. I would be curious, how long have you been playing first-person shooters for on PC? So, because PC and console is very much different. But yeah, I'd be curious. Let me know in the comments down below how long you've been playing first-person shooters for. Oh my god, you got a revive. So that's something I would consider when picking a class, what my team composition is or squad composition is. But then again, I very much often play with players that I talk to, like, on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of friends, so yeah, that's something I take into consideration when playing with a squad or trying to play with a squad, is what my squad composition is. Why is it fucking blurry? So that's odd. There we go, seem to have cleared out. So yeah, just maybe for some other time. Battlefield 5, once that rolls around, people are gonna have to pay a lot more attention to what classes they pick, as your reload didn't go off. Reload. Yeah, so that's something that people are gonna have to pay a lot more attention to once Battlefield 5 releases, because it seems to be a game that's gonna require a lot more teamwork and cooperation. Because like there's gonna be less health regen, and you're gonna actually physically need to pick up the ammo, and you have a lot less ammo to start with. So yeah, but for now, I mean, Battlefield 1 is a very much a lone wolf kind of situation. Nice shot. You can do very well even if your team's not doing good at all and you're losing by quite a bit, just by playing lone wolf and doing your own thing. But I would still try and go cap Delta right now, even if you do have the flag advantage. I'd rather, when I play Sinai, I'm just gonna pause it right here. As I said, I'd rather, either side you're playing on, I'd rather have these flags if you're playing on the Ottoman Empire, or for example, oops, these flags like this if you're playing on the British side. than have something like this. Because there's just like way too much distance here to actually make it worth your while to go and cap and defend this flag. So the only real advantage to going there is that there's a tank hunter kit that spawns there, but that's probably the only advantage because it is far as hell from everywhere. So yeah, maybe something to keep in mind to always prioritize the closer flags. Okay, let's get back into it. Ooh. Hi, friend. Oh, he definitely saw you. He was probably playing in third person. He definitely saw you. Or are you going in for the cheeky? Oh shit! Nice. You hit him, but are you going in for the cheeky repair tool destruction? Ooh. Watch out! I wouldn't go there now. No, don't go there. You're fucked. He has too much health to destroy him. Oh my god. What an idiot. Holy shit. He's probably gonna die, but what the fuck is that guy doing? Oh my god. I can't. And you have the repair tool. I can't believe that fucking... Pardon my language. I can't believe that guy jumped out of his tank. What the fuck do you think? What do you think this is gonna do with a regular grenade? A lesson for everybody. If you know you're in a hot spot, try always go down with your tank. Like every goddamn time, always go down with your tank. Don't let the enemy get it. That's like the #1 rule of piloting or driving a vehicle on Battlefield. Never give it up to the enemy. I mean, except if it's like some shit vehicle like a bike or something, or some armored truck, which is easy to take out. And did they give you the good tank too? The one that can turn around all the way? Also, don't be afraid to switch from third person to... Yeah, there you go. From third person to first person, that's like probably the best way of being a good tanker in Battlefield, is always switch from first person to third person. Because third person gives you so much more information on what's happening. Like right now, you got the kill. Go into third person to see what's happening. Like, I don't play much tanker in Battlefield 1. I played a hell of a lot of tanker in Battlefield 4. And yeah, you always want to play in third person to get a little bit more of an overview on the battlefield and see if the people are attacking you from the right, left, center. It gives you so much information to be in third person. It's such a huge advantage. I mean, ideally, the best thing would be to not allow people to go in third person cam, but some servers do have that option. But if the option is there to have the third person camera, by all means, play in third person 75, even like 85% of the time to get all that great information in. Something I also like to do, this is personal advice, take it or leave it, the minimap. Okay, I'm just going to pause it right here. So the minimap, you can zoom that in and out. There's actually an option in the key bindings to bind the zoom in the minimap to a button. So what I have it set to is one of my thumb buttons. So when I'm playing in a tank, I zoom it out as far as possible to see, to get more information on where the enemies are. And when I'm actually on foot in close quarters situations, I zoom in the minimap so I can pinpoint the location of the enemies a little bit easier. So if you put the zoom minimap button somewhere accessible for yourself, just going to play it. I don't know why I paused it in the first place. If you put it accessible to yourself, you can use that to your advantage to get a bigger view on the battle when you're not in close quarter situations, and then when you are in close quarter situations, be able to pinpoint your enemies easier. So that's a take it or leave it advice. I think that it helped me out a lot to see where my team was generally at, where they were fighting for, or stuff like that. You know, it just gives you an idea of a bigger idea of the battlefield. And if you want to go even further than that, when I play in a tank, actually, across all my my key bindings, tank, plane, armored vehicle, foot, my minimap button is very much accessible to me. It's one of the buttons that's like closest to my WASD keys. I have F, okay? My map, to zoom into the full map, is F. Because if I'm running around somewhere, I don't want to take my hands off of those crucial movement keys, and I don't want to take my hand off my mouse. So if I want to zoom into the map, F is a very accessible key. And that's the trick that you can use maybe for the people who are a little bit more used to the Battlefield franchise. It gives you the ability to move forward or just keep moving with the tank, because we all know that movement is key in Battlefield. If you stop, you're a sit and duck and you can get shot from across the map by a sniper or something of the sort. So when I'm playing in a tank and on foot and all that stuff, I often bring up my map with that key to see what's happening and get a bigger overview of the map. And it's at my fingertips. I don't need to sacrifice movement and or my mouse to actually zoom in on the map. So a little piece of advice again, that's how I like to play. But I think it generally helped me become a better player in the long run in Battlefield. So obviously I'm pretty damn sure that you guys are going to win. You have one of their tanks. I don't think they're going to do a whole lot of good with that train. And you have like a 3 flag advantage right now. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to do a whole lot here. Plus their train just like showed up. See, right now what I would be doing is either zooming out on the minimap or bringing my full map up to see if there's spotted enemies coming towards Bravo, or even if there's a tank. So if you were able to pull up your map, you could see like this whole part here before you go into, so have a little bit of an advantage as to maybe knowing what's happening before you turn the corner. And I think that is a massive advantage, to know what's happening in a certain area before you step into that area. Probably saved me more than a few deaths on many occasions. So yeah, the game's pretty much over at this point. You did pretty goddamn good. I don't have a whole lot to say on your gameplay. Your reflexes are there. You're able to distinguish movement from afar, and also the change in colors and grays, as we would say. You've probably been playing FPS games for quite some time. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below how long it has been. And maybe just if you want, try and implement those 2 little tips I gave you about the map and the minimap. It might help you in the long run become a better player, and also maybe that's it. You did pretty goddamn good in that game, and you really did help your team score that victory. So we're gonna pause it right here. 37-7. That is goddamn great. Top of your team. It's not a whole lot to say, man. You're a pretty goddamn good BF Battlefield player. And I'm glad that you sent me in the footage. While I'm doing the outro here, I'll leave the information on screen once again if you want to send in your own footage for one of the upcoming episodes of Battlefield Coaching. And let us know in the comments down below if you have any other tips or tricks for TheMaimer to improve his or her game. And don't forget to send in your footage. While you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Thank you again, TheMaimer, for sending in your footage. It is highly appreciated. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.